to be a broke ass just like you. Now I'm a multi-millionaire. I've made tens of millions of dollars over the last decade or so. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the things you need to stop doing if you want to get rich too, if you want to start making money, if you want to get successful. Because everyone always asks me, Brand, what did you do to get successful? What'd you do to get money? What'd you do to get in great shape? What'd you do to get a girlfriend with big ass titties and a fat ass? There are things I do, but what's more important, things I don't do, things you want to take away that will actually add to your success. And in this video, I'm going to show you what you need to stop doing so you can be successful. Finally, take your foot off the goddamn brake and start speeding down the highway of success. You need to watch this whole video because the last one is one of the most important ones. Without this one, failure is imminent. And if you can't watch this whole video, then maybe one of the things you need to stop doing is being a maybe that's why you poor surfing around the internet looking for videos on how to get rich. Luckily, you finally found a good one. And if you take some goddamn notes, listen to what a real motherfucker say, you can come up here, man, on the mountain of success with us. The first thing you need to do if you want to be successful, this is critical, is you need to stop chasing hoes. It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. Instead of chasing hoes, you need to chase victory. 50 Cent once said on his album, The Massacre, on a track called Rider Music, at exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 50 says, you hustling backwards if you chasing a bitch. Stupid, chase the money. They come with the shit. Truer words have never been spoke. Future once said, Percocet, Molly Percocet, Percocet, Molly Percocet. Chase a check, never chase a bitch. You motherfuckers ain't been listening. And my favorite quote along this line comes from American rapper, designer, and full-time crazy person, Kanye West. I don't know what's better, getting laid or getting paid. I just know that when I'm getting one, the other's getting away. Think about it. How much time do you spend chasing these hoes, trying to rizz up bitches? But if you just listen to 50, chase the paper, they come with the shit. I'm 42, and I knew a lot of guys who I grew up with who are not successful. These motherfuckers are still broke. And the number one culprit is because they spent too much time chasing bitches. Going to the club, chasing bitches, buying bottles, spending money on fucking trinkets and jewelry and shit to impress bitches. They don't have nothing to show for it but a bunch of funny stories, some illegitimate children, probably a few of them got some STDs. But here's the thing, if you get the money, you can get mad bitches without even trying. Check this out, it's very important. The main thing that helps you get women is looks, money, and status. That's the trifecta. We're gonna put this in like 3 levels. Like level 1, like the top 1% of motherfuckers, these are people who have maxed out either all or one of these, right? Someone like Elon Musk, he probably hasn't maxed out looks, right? But he's maxed out money, right? He's the richest motherfucker around. Guess what he got? A lot of baby mamas, man. Every time I turn around, he got a new baby mama. Or you can max out status. This would be like famous people, NBA, but with fame usually comes money as well, right? Looks is like the least important one for men. For women, it's the most important one. But for us, man, you can go out here looks maxing if you want. But I'd rather you be out here money maxing. Do the best you can with all of them, right? We're gonna put these in 3 categories. The motherfucking guys at the top of this graph, then there's guys in the middle of this graph. These are average motherfuckers, just average guys. Your daddy was probably one of them. You probably come up from a long line of these motherfuckers. And then there's people who are below average in looks, money, and status. These are scrubs. And I don't know about you, man, but I don't want no scrubs sitting in the passenger side of his best friend's ride. These are the categories you can be in, right? Obviously, there are gradients in this. This is the divider, divided by people who chase hoes. You chase hoes, or hoes chase you. Now listen, if you are a scrub, you get no hoes. You just don't get no hoes. Not a one. You got an OnlyFans subscription. Yeah, that's where you spend your money, right? No hoes chase you. Hoes don't even notice you. I hear hoes say shit about Miami. It's like, man, in Miami, nobody has jobs. Everybody just seems like they don't work. I'm like, bitch, that means your ass didn't even notice the fucking waiter in this restaurant. You didn't notice the busboy. You didn't notice the person working security in the building you live in. You don't even notice these motherfuckers. They're not even people to you. And that's what life is like when you a scrub. And let's say you average. If you average, then you have average girls flaking on you, giving you the running around, putting your ass in the friend zone. Now, if you average though, big / ugly hoes want you. Big / ugly hoes want you. Let's say you get to this 1%, right? And we're gonna show you how to get to that top percent later in this video. If you can manage to get here, you reject more women than you chase. Some of y'all can't fathom that. And then, yo, man, the 9s and 10s actually want you. Don't throw 8s in there, man. 8's a good number. 8, 9s, and 10s want you. It makes sense to just get here instead of chasing hoes. Get here. And all that looks maxing and shit, like you can do it. It's not as important for a man. It's helpful for sure. Get in good shape. Learn to groom yourself. When I was young like you, I'm 42. I grew up in the 90s on the south side of Chicago. We would survive maxing. Man. But you can focus on the money. If you out here money maxing, you'll be straight, man. Looks max if you want, get the status right, but that's the main thing, right? But how do you get your fucking money up? You already stopped chasing hoes. You got to stop freestyling your days. And you have to plan every hour of every day in your calendar. Let me show you what a fucking baller's calendar look like. I'm gonna bring mine up. So check this out. This is my calendar. I plan out every hour of every day in my calendar, right? Boom. Even from the time I go to sleep to wake up, my whole fucking day is choreographed. This is even weekdays, Sundays, every day is choreographed. Even today, right? You see, there's no white space. I plan this shit out. It's choreographed. I have my meetings. I got shit I need to do. I trade every morning. Then I get my workout. Boom, sales team meeting. Then you'll spend some quality time with my girl. Then I did accounting. Right now, I prep for the podcast. Then I did another workout. Then I worked on some content. Then I did my meditation, some other shit. Now I'm doing a podcast, right? And then even when I'm gonna go to sleep is on there. You have to choreograph your day. Bruce Lee said, if you love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. If you are not choreographing your day, you're wasting so much time. When I was broke, it was right after my father killed himself, and it was during the recession. I couldn't get a real good job because it was the Great Recession of 08 and record unemployment. It was super bad. And I just started working 80 hours a week. I was personal training. I was working security. I was weekend manager at a restaurant, and I worked for a moving company all day, every day, because I planned my schedule. I still slept 7-8 hours a night. I still followed my diet, and I still worked out, because you can plan it. You can choreograph your day. I still work over 80 hours a week, and I still have a great relationship with my girl. I still got tons of amazing friends. I still have an amazing relationship with my son. Shit is dope because I plan my day. Do this for 1 week. Plan out every hour of every day. Actually live out your calendar. I promise you will get more shit done in that week than any other week in your life. You guys out here freestyling your days, wondering why you don't get shit done, because you're not taking advantage of your most important resource, time. Time is your number one resource. And if you can finally take advantage of it, you will start running circles around the people you surround yourself with. People will stand in awe of how much you accomplish. If you can do this for like 90 days, if you did this for 90 days, your whole life would change. If you did it for a year, people will fucking wonder, what did you do to accomplish so much this year? I promise you, OJ, this is my number one tip. If I can never talk to the world again and I had to leave one piece of advice to help you be successful, it would be this. Plan out every hour of every day in your calendar. Watch your whole fucking life change. If you're trying to get rid of any bad habits, you don't have to do anything to get rid of the bad habits. Just fill your calendar up with the shit that's gonna help you accomplish your goal. Look at my calendar. When is there time to fucking goon and play video games and smoke fucking weed and get drunk? Where? When am I gonna do it? I guess I can squeeze in a goon here or there, right? But like, you have a whole fucking day full of victory and a whole week of victory. The next thing you need to do, quit doing is hanging out with motherfucking losers. Losers will fuck your shit up. You will become like the people you're around. I know you heard all that shit, but there's studies to prove it, and I'm gonna show you. Here's a study that was done. The researchers concluded that the more poor people have rich friends, the more likely they are to become rich. And they also said in the study, the most important thing when it comes to getting rich is having rich friends. Economic mobility means moving across the economical hierarchy. And they have a part 2 of this same study too. Read it at your own leisure, you fucking nerds. And it's called Social Capital Part 2. So you can read part 1 or you can read part 2. Why do you think having rich friends will help you become rich? I have a lot of rich friends, balling ass friends. And one of the things is that we pick up each other's habits, because you will become like the people you're around. This is the reason why people from different regions or different lands, they sound the same when they're in the same region, right? They dress the same a little bit. They use the same similar vernacular. They weren't born with the shit. It's not in their DNA. They involuntarily picked it up from people they're around. That's why they dress the same. They have the same habits. A lot of time they have the same religion. You weren't born with this shit. You learned it from people around you. You will become like the people you're around. So if you're around people who are rich, they probably have some habits that help them get rich. And you will naturally adopt their habits. Don't believe you'll naturally adopt other people's habits? Check this out. Here's another study. This is about weight loss, but it shows that if you have a friend who's obese, if one of your friends gets fat as fuck, you have a 45% chance of becoming obese. This was a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Listen, I don't have to tell you guys about the New England Journal of Medicine. I know you guys are avid readers, right? So I might be preaching to the choir a little bit, right? But the study also goes on to say, if a friend of a friend, a third motherfucker, a motherfucker you don't even know, if he gets fat, you have a 20% chance of getting fat. They took it a step further. If a friend of a friend of a friend, this person is 3 people removed from you, you don't even know this other motherfucker, and this fat motherfucker, if he gets fat, you still have a 10% chance of getting fat. And if you don't believe this shit, read the fucking study. Read the study. You know, I know you guys are always in the New England Journal of Medicine, right? So you probably already there, right? You become like the people you're around. You become like the people you're around are around. It's fucking deep. So you really have to curate your circle. And if you're around losers, you're gonna start losing. Losing is contagious. Another study is from the Pew Research Center. And it says divorce is contagious. Listen, if one of your friends gets divorced, you got a 75% chance of divorcing your bitch. Divorce is contagious, man. Your friend's wife ain't sucking dick right. He divorced her. Now you got a 75% chance of getting divorced because your friend's wife ain't sucking his dick right. If you hang out with losers, you will start losing. But if you hang out with winners, you'll start winning more. And here's another study saying emotions are contagious, right? If your friends are happy and enjoying life, you'll be happier as well. It's a 20-year study, man. You got to kick the losers out your life. I'm not saying if one of your friends need help, you don't help them. Like, I'll help one of my friends for sure. If motherfuckers got bad habits and they doing fucking bullshit, you might have to disassociate yourself with them. Everyone knows this shit. You become like the 5 people you're around, right? You motherfuckers don't take this shit into account with the women you date. Yeah, I hit a nerve with some of you. Some of you motherfuckers, you dating fucking women, your network is your network, but you'll stick your dick in anything. And I get it. When I was younger, man, I didn't care what kind of habit she had if the ass was fat enough. I went through this shit so you don't have to, man. Right? You can't be out here sticking your dick in crazy. A lot of you guys have had this experience. Your life is going great, and then you start dating some chick, and her life is fucking chaos. And then all this chaos comes into your life. These are your problems now. If you like actually get involved with her, right? She don't get along with her mom. She always got beef with her friends, right? All these problems infiltrate your life, and it's like a storm and a wave of negativity. And then next thing you know, shit in your life starts going wrong as well. This shit's contagious. This shit happens all the time. A lot of y'all have been through it. There's a lot of women who are really beautiful, but also really crazy. So you got to really think about the kind of woman you're going to bring in your life and your friends, man. Because if they got a bunch of fucking wild, wacky shit going on in their life, you want to keep your distance. It's kind of like when your friends gets a new car, you start seeing that new car everywhere, don't you? Motherfucker, that car, you not an X-Man. You didn't attract that shit. You're not Professor Xavier. The fucking car was always there. You just didn't see it. But then when it brought to your attention, you start seeing it all the time. Okay, so if that can happen with a car, what the fuck do you think could happen if somebody has all these fucking problems and they're bringing up their problems all the time? What are you still gonna start seeing in your life? Just like you started seeing the car everywhere you go, you gonna start seeing problems everywhere you go. You gotta stay away from losers, man. And then the next one you need to do is stop buying things that don't increase in value or at least hold their value. What you need to start doing is buying assets. So I learned this a long time ago when I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? So he had his po dad, right? This nigga was broke. That's po dad, right? Then he had rich dad. He was out here stunting, you know what I'm saying? Balling and shit, right? He was a G. Po dad would work to get money and then spend his money on bullshit. Well, rich dad would work for money, but he spend his money on assets, right? These are things that made him more money. Real estate, stocks, things of that nature. Well, let's say bullshit, just I'm gonna say just shit, because now the rich dad would spend his money on assets and he would use the money from the assets to buy his shit. And this happened for years and years. Every time he get paid, he would buy more assets and he would keep doing that shit. And then he had just way more shit. Way more shit, to the point where he was making more money from his assets than he was making from his work. The rich dad just kept buying shit, but shit goes away. Assets keep making money. So the rich dad was able to stop working and he would still be able to get the shit. Poor dad stopped working, he died. If you watched me over the last 10, 15 years on social media, for the vast majority of it, I was living in a small crib in Queens, wearing an Apple Watch, some Jordans, and some Jordan track pants every fucking day. I wasn't no flexing, no fucking crazy lifestyle shit. I was just working, but I was making money. I was a millionaire at that time. I was making millions still, but I wasn't spending money on bullshit. I was investing in assets. The assets started buying me APs, Richard Milles, Cartier bracelets, penthouse apartments. So now it's like I'm set up, man. I got investments. If I ever die, unlikely. But if I ever do, my son is set up, man. He'd be a millionaire day one. My dad wasn't doing this shit. My dad died. I ain't get nothing but a bunch of fucking problems that I needed to solve. My dad was like Poe Dad. He was just spending his money on shit and he wasn't investing. When shit went south, he lost his business, he killed himself. So that's why you got to stop spending money on bullshit, start spending money on buying things that are going to increase in value or better, even make you money. Because if you want to get rich, make more money than you spend and invest the difference. If you do that over a long enough period of time, you will get rich. There's really nothing else. Make more money than you spend and invest the difference. If you do that over a long enough period of time, you will get rich. If you would invest just $2,000 a month in something conservative like S&P 500 index fund, it has an average annual return of 10% a year. $2,000 a month, every month for 20 years, you'd have over $1 million. You'd have well over $1 million in 20 years. If you want more money or you want to make more money faster, then you got to invest more money and or invest it in a vehicle that can get you a higher return. The three things you can invest in are stock market, stocks or crypto, real estate, and or your own business. Your own business is going to get you the highest return, but it's the riskiest. The higher the return, the larger the risk. The S&P 500, very low risk, but the returns are only 10% a year. Those are the levers you have to pull: more money or a vehicle to get you higher returns. If you don't increase your lifestyle, if you stop spending money on bullshit, then you can take that extra money, now you can start investing it. And you want to think of every dollar as a seed that you can plant in the motherfucking soil, and it's going to grow and start bearing fruit. You might see me flexing, but it took me mad long to get enough assets to flex with my assets. If you flex with money that comes from assets, you can do it all the time. You'll never go broke doing that, right? Because the money keeps replenishing itself. The assets are making money for you. But start flexing with money that you spent working, then you got to go work again for more money. There's a difference. The first thing I invested in was my online fitness business. That was the first business I started, and I was one of the first people doing online training. We had to invent it back then, right? Because nobody was doing it. There was no books, no courses. Nobody was doing it. All of us who were doing it at that time, we had to invent it. We were the pioneers. I was able to build that into a multi-million-dollar business. Now I teach other people how to start their own online fitness business too. I got a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. We're actually doing a free class, a free training where I'll show you how to grow your online fitness business too. First link in the description. Join it. I'm a free class. I'm gonna break down exactly how to grow your online fitness business. I'll answer all your questions. Anything you guys need, I'm gonna make sure you guys leave that session with a game plan on how to really make money as an online trainer. The next thing you need to stop doing is you gotta quit quitting, and you got to learn how to be consistent. Anytime somebody wants to start moving towards the path of success in anything, the hardest part is getting started. Pushing yourself to start getting some momentum, start getting some motion. But once you get some motion and once you get started, it becomes easier. However, motherfuckers don't stay consistent, they stop. And then they have to restart again. But when you restart again, that means you have to do the hardest part over again, right? You have to do the most difficult part over again. And you keep this charade up year after year. You keep stopping and starting, and you keep having to do the most difficult part over and over again. It would have been so much easier if you would have stayed consistent. But one of the main reasons people aren't able to stay consistent is because they're focused on the wrong things. Let's say you have this goal you want to accomplish. I'm gonna draw a trophy. I'm a really good artist. Watch, I'm amazing. I'm good at a lot of things. All right, so that's the trophy that represents the goal. But you way the fuck over here, away from your goal. You may look at this shit and you'll be like sad and shit. Oh man, I'm so far away from my goal. I'll never get that. Oh, and you start crying like a bitch. Oh, that's not even how you looking, man. You ain't got them eyebrows. You got these eyebrows. Yeah, you a bitch. And you might start a little bit and then you'll look at the goal and you'll be like, man, I'll never get there. And you quit, or you feel like you're not making progress or not making progress fast enough. So you quit. However, there are a lot of actions you need to take to accomplish this goal. If you were just to focus on the actions and the steps you need to take every day, you'd be a lot more focused because you'd be making progress. It's you. But when you focus on the right shit, when you focus on the actions, you get excited on the things you need to do every day. To accomplish any goal, the stuff you need to do every day. And if you just focus on the actions, you wouldn't even have to look at the goal because you know you were going to do it. For example, if somebody wanted to lose 10 pounds of fat, easy game, man. Every pound of fat you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories. So if they track their calories every day, how many calories they burned every day with some sort of fitness tracker, and they tracked how many calories they consumed every day with MyFitnessPal or something, then all they had to do was make sure that they was burning 500 more calories than they consume each day. If they do that every day in a 500 calorie deficit, over a week, they'll burn 3,500 calories, which equals a pound of fat. Only thing they would have to do if they wanted to lose 10 pounds, burn 500 extra calories every day. And if they just focus on that every day, they wouldn't even have to look at the goal. They wouldn't have to look at it at all because we would know that this person was going to accomplish this goal. And it's like that with all your goals. And that's not even just me talking, right? There's a study that was published in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology. I know you guys read that all the time, man, right? But it showed individuals who focus on the process of achieving their goals were more likely to persist and succeed compared to those who focus only on the outcomes. This is fucking science nerds. They proved it with studies. If you need the fucking nerds, then the study's right there. I put together something to help you accomplish that. I call it the Victory Vision Planner, and it's free, right? Where it's a habit tracker and it shows you how to break down your goals into different steps and into different habits. Then you could look at that, what you're supposed to do every day, you could track it off. And all you have to do to see if you were making progress, instead of looking at the goal, just look at your habit tracker and you'll know if you're gonna accomplish your goals or not. And when you start filling up your fucking habit tracker, you're checking things off every day that you know will help you accomplish your goals, and you're going to be more motivated. If you focus on the goddamn process, you'll be more motivated and you're more likely to persist and succeed. But if you focus on the goal, you're more likely to fail and quit because you're going to get all sad because you ain't there yet. Once you know what you're supposed to do every day, all you got to do is make today a success. The next thing you need to stop doing is stop letting your mind control you. You have to learn how to control your mind. And the best way I know to learn how to control your mind and control your emotions is with meditation. Here's a study that was done that showed that just 8 weeks of meditation, it shrunk the amygdala of the volunteers, right? The amygdala is the part of your brain that makes you a motherfucking spaz. That's the fear center of your brain, the fight or flight shit. And when you start panicking, your body has a bunch of cortisol, the stress hormone. That's when you start doing dumb shit and acting like a bitch. A mere 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation actually shrinks that part of your brain. Do you think if the part of your brain that makes you fucking panic was smaller, you think it'd be easier for you to control your emotions? I know it would be. But also, there's another study that shows that actually after a few weeks of meditation, participants increased the region of gray matter in their brain and a part of the brain called the neocortex. This is the part of your brain that's responsible for logic. Humans have a bigger neocortex than most animals, and that's the reason why we can do things like create languages, invent mathematics, make YouTube videos, where other animals traditionally struggle in those endeavors. You get more density in that part of your brain after meditation. So check this out. We got studies that show that the part of your brain that's responsible for logic becomes more dense with meditation. And studies that show the part of your brain that makes you a motherfucking emotional spaz starts to shrink with meditation. Can't you see how changing your brain in that regard may help you with success? Yo, getting rich is stressful. You're going to encounter a lot of problems, a lot of things, a lot of turmoil. If you out here panicking and you're not thinking logically, it's going to impede your ability to succeed. Meditation is the only way I know to really just calm down and chill, man. I've been meditating every day, twice a day, about 15 years now. I see motherfuckers tripping because it's raining or they in traffic. I'm like, motherfucker, it rains all the time. It's been doing this shit your whole life. Cool, you ain't made peace with that yet? Oh, you in traffic today? Like you expected you just have a fucking unbroken boulevard of green lights and death. If you spazzing over little shit, man, how you gonna handle the big shit? How you gonna run a fucking big company? Right? You know how many problems you gotta solve when you got a big successful business? I got 30 employees. That means Every time one of them has a problem, that's my problem now. I gotta help them solve it, right? Motherfuckers' uncle died because he been smoking cigarettes. He died of lung cancer. That's my problem. I ain't telling him to smoke cigarettes, but I gotta help him solve that problem now. I gotta figure shit out all the time. It's like having 30 children. Not my video editors. Y'all cool. I love y'all. Y'all the best. I'm talking about the other ones. You gotta stay calm, cool as a fan. But if you are spazzing, acting emotional like a child or a woman, it's gonna be difficult for you to become more successful. Meditation is the only way I know become more calm, level-headed, steady as a rock. And you're gonna need that to succeed. Otherwise, if you can't control your mind's gonna control you. Probably what it's been doing up until this point. I ain't got motivation, I can't be disciplined because your mind is controlling you and you haven't learned how to control your mind, and meditation will help you with that. The last thing you need to do, which is one of the most important, is you have to stop being negative. And I don't mean you have to be positive. I'm not telling you to be positive all the time. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying stop being negative. I'm gonna give you an example. There was this dude named Bill Buckner, right? He was the man. He had won all types of awards in baseball. He was the man, and his team was in the World Series. Right before the World Series, he was interviewed. He said, yo, the dream is that you're gonna have a great series and win. The nightmare is you're gonna let the winning run score on a ground ball through your legs. Those are the things that happen, you know? A lot of it is just fake. Guess what happened? World Series. Man, that shit happened, bro. It's like, that shit happened. You gotta stop being negative, man. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to be positive, just don't be negative. And I'm like that with everything. I won't say anything negative. For example, I never say I can't afford it. I say, yo, I gotta find a way to afford it. I won't say I'm thirsty. I say, yo, I gotta get something to drink. All those things are different sides of the same coin. For example, saying I can't afford it, it's kind of like waving a white flag. You kind of given up. Yeah, I can't afford it. Fuck it. But if you say, yo, I gotta find a way to get some more money. One is like, yo, I give it up. The other one is like, I'm gonna figure out a way to make it happen. I promise you, if you focus, you will find a way. But if you give up mentally, you're just giving up. If you tired, oh man, I'm so tired. But you say, yo, I gotta get more energy. You're gonna start looking for ways to get more energy. And I'm not even telling you to be positive. That's something I'm not saying be positive. I'm saying don't be negative. Sometimes all that positive shit is like you lying to yourself. I'm not telling you to fucking lie to yourself. I'm just telling you not to be a bitch. Because think about who would you bet on? Same guy in the same circumstance. He said, man, I just keep failing, man. I can't find a way to fucking make no money. Or this guy in the same circumstances, he says, yo, I gotta find a way to get some wins. Which one of those guys you gonna bet on? That guy is you, motherfucker. Because it's gonna change the way you approach things. Your words have power, man. I'm telling you, your words have power. Everything start changing around you. But you gotta stay away from negative people too. So I don't let people around me say shit like that. Because remember, everything's contagious, right? It's not just because I wanna help them, it's because I don't want them to hurt me. I don't want that fucking language to rub off on me. I learned English on accident. Right, just from hearing other motherfuckers say it. I don't want to learn that kind of English from this motherfucker. Bitch nigga English. Real nigga English is focused on what are you trying to accomplish. Words are powerful. You'll start seeing different shit, man. Just like that example with the car. When you or one of your friends get a car, you start seeing that car all the time. But if you start saying, man, I can't afford this shit, I ain't got no money, you're going to start seeing more shit in your environment to actually confirm that. But if you say, I got to find a way to get more money, you're going to start seeing more opportunities. You're going to start seeing more paths. I'm telling you, your words are powerful. And never say anything about yourself you don't want to be true, right? Because it's going to change the way your brain looks at the world. And if you want to know more about that, I got another video that'll show you more about how you can actually change your brain to become successful. All right, go watch that video right now.